Elon Musk just kicked off the recruitment drive for Neuralink's first ever clinical trial. And here's the big news. They've got the FDA's approval to prove that their technology is safe and can overcome some tough scrutiny. In the US, there are about 300,000 people dealing with spinal cord injuries, and another 250,000 or so folks are grappling with ALS, a debilitating condition. That's a whole lot of people who could potentially benefit from what Neuralink is up to. Now, you might be wondering what sets Neuralink apart from the rest. Well, let's get into Neuralink and why these trials are revolutionary. Intro to Neuralink and how targets sample for the trials. Let's break down the situation in the United States first. Every year, there are around 18,000 new cases of spinal cord injuries. Interestingly, the age of those getting injured has shifted from 29 years old back in the 70s to 43 years old by 2015. Neuralink has just received the green light from its independent institutional review board and is the first hospital site to start recruiting participants for its very first clinical trial on humans. This is a major step forward, especially for those dealing with severe spinal cord injuries. Now you might be wondering how Neuralink plans to apply this technology to those first lucky patients. Well, they're on the hunt for people who are quadriplegics due to spinal cord injuries or who are grappling with ALS. Wait, can anyone participate in the trials? There are some criteria to meet. To be part of the study, you need to be over 22 years old, and you must have a regular and dependable caregiver. Neuralink is pretty strict about who can participate. If you're using a pacemaker or a deep brain stimulator, you're not eligible. And folks with a history of epilepsy won't be able to sign up either. The process might not work well for them. Lastly, if you need an MRI scan for an ongoing medical condition, or you're undergoing transcranial magnetic stimulation treatment, this opportunity might not be a fit for you. What will happen in the first trial? Now let's talk about what's happening in the first trial. Neuralink is getting ready to welcome at least 10 fortunate patients who are the best fit according to their criteria. These lucky individuals will be the pioneers in testing out this groundbreaking technology. The trial is called the PRIME study, and it's not a short-term deal. It spans a full 6 years, during which these brave participants will have the chance to experience something truly remarkable. They'll be the first to receive the exclusive N1 implant chip, which is incredibly small, measuring just 23 by 8 millimeters, about the size of a coin. How does the chip work, and what else will the participants of the study get? But here's where it gets even more fascinating. This tiny chip packs a big punch. It's equipped with a whopping 1024 electrodes spread out over 64 fibers, each thinner than a human hair. This isn't your everyday technology, it's cutting edge. These selected patients aren't just getting the N1 chip either. They're going through the whole thing with the PRIME study. That means they'll get to explore not one, not two, but 3 state-of-the-art techniques of this technology. They'll simultaneously dive into the world of the N1 chip, the R1 robot, and the N1 user app. It's a whole package deal of innovation and exploration. How is this chip placed in the human brain? It's quite a fascinating process, really. First off, a small section of the patient's skull is carefully cut, and it's the same size as that N1 chip we mentioned earlier. This delicate step is carried out by a specialist doctor who knows the ins and outs of what they're doing. Then a computer steps in and gets in touch with its robotic sidekick, R1. Together, they work their magic to figure out precisely where those electrode fibers need to go. R1 takes the lead, gently placing those fibers into their designated spots with a depth of just a few millimeters. It's like precision engineering inside your brain, but that's not the end of the story. The N1 chip, remember that tiny powerhouse? It's delicately positioned on the surface of the skull near the scalp, and it's all sewn up nicely. This little chip has some serious talent. It wirelessly communicates with a Bluetooth system that's connected to the N1 user app. This app does some impressive brain signal analysis and translation. How does the computer control the signals in the brain? Here's where it gets even cooler. The computer takes these brain commands and turns them into actions, like controlling a cursor on a keyboard, just by thinking. Now, why is Neuralink so special? Well, unlike other brain-computer interface technologies, Neuralink's equipment and machinery are finely tuned to work seamlessly together, making the whole process not just cutting edge but super safe. And let's talk about the timeline. This isn't a rush job. It's a carefully crafted 6-year endeavor. There are multiple phases involved to ensure the ongoing care and assessment of the patients after the initial implantation. Patients are in for an 18-month program, including 9 home visits and clinic appointments every 2 months. On top of that, they'll dedicate at least 2 hours every week to dive into brain-computer interface research sessions. Over 5 years, they'll be part of an additional 20 meetings with researchers. This approach isn't just about keeping tabs on the patients. It's also about methodically assessing and analyzing the technology's performance since it was put in place. It's like having a team of experts constantly monitoring and fine-tuning to make sure everything is running smoothly. And for patients, it means peace of mind through regular checkups and examinations. It's a comprehensive approach that leaves no stone unturned. How will Neuralink's chip benefit people with brain injuries? Elon Musk envisions a future where Neuralink and the Optimus robot team up to create something incredible. This could be a game changer, especially for quadriplegic individuals who need functional limbs. It might reduce the impact of neurological disorders like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's too. What makes Neuralink special is its focus on patient safety. They've rigorously tested their technology for a long time to ensure it's safe. Doctors closely monitor patients, studying their condition and nerve cell growth. It's like using a microscope inside the body to ensure everything is as safe as possible. How did Neuralink evolve over time? The improved Neuralink version doesn't harm the protective layer of the brain. Instead, it smoothly passes through tiny fibers on the chip, maintaining the same size but enhancing implantation. When connecting fibers to the chip, a computer takes over, ensuring precise implantation without risking harm to brain vessels. Neuralink's tech can remain safely in the human brain for decades. What's more, it's already proven successful with monkeys, enabling brain-computer gaming. What safety concerns did they face before? Neuralink once faced challenges in securing FDA approval due to safety concerns, such as the device's lithium battery, potential component migration in the brain, and risks during removal. But with the FDA's approval, they're good to go. The surgical procedures are meticulously phased. Over 6 years, doctors and specialists closely monitor and guide the patient's progress, offering valuable insights into their evolving condition and Neuralink's impact on their quality of life. With FDA approval in hand, Elon Musk's Neuralink technology promises hope for those battling paralysis and neurological disorders. By bridging the gap between man and machine, Neuralink's vision hints at a world where mobility, independence, and medical breakthroughs become reality. The meticulous care taken in the selection process and surgical procedures ensures safety and efficacy. As we peer into this exciting future, one thing remains clear. Neuralink's innovation is not just about science. It's a beacon of hope, inspiring us to believe in the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. But until then, make sure to click on this next video